You've arrived right on time. This is your sacred space for lunar wisdom, emotional alignment, and spiritual insight. Each phase of the moon brings a message, and this week, she's speaking directly to your soul. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and let the rhythm of the cosmos guide you. Let's begin. The veil is thinner now. Can you feel it? The moon, our celestial mother, begins her silent dance across the first week of August. And with every phase, every shift of her silver gaze, she is whispering to your soul. This is not a time to rush, push, or force. This is a week to listen, not with your ears, but with your inner waters. The moon is not just a distant orb in the sky. She is a living oracle, a mirror of your emotional truth. And this week, her pull is profound. She will brush against your tender edges, stir the waters of your intuition, and awaken dreams that have been lying dormant beneath your surface. The moon is calling, and if you found this transmission, then you are one of the listeners. You are one of the sensitives, the lunar souls who feel everything before it arrives, who know that time bends when the moon speaks, and that healing begins when we learn her language. This week, the moon is speaking in signs, in feelings, in frequencies. She is crafting a new emotional landscape for you to walk through. And if you move with her, not against her, you will unlock insight, clarity, and cosmic timing that no logic could ever deliver. This is not just the first week of a new month. This is the beginning of a new lunar conversation, a sacred unfolding, an invitation to flow, not flail, to align, not chase, to remember that you are water. 2. Let the moon lead. Let her phases guide you like a breath. Inhale intention, exhale resistance. Because starting now, the moon is on the move, and she's got messages just for you. The moon's rhythm is not random. It is a divine choreography, a sacred spiral of becoming. From tides to tears, she governs what rises and what falls. And this week, her movements are especially potent. If you've been feeling emotionally full, strangely nostalgic, or spiritually restless, you're already in tune. The first days of August aren't meant to be rushed through or scheduled tightly. They are meant to be felt deeply, fully, honestly. The moon will move through multiple signs in these 7 days, each one coloring our emotions with a different hue, each one tugging on a different thread of our soul's journey. And if you honor her flow, you will feel more aligned, more intuitive, and more at peace, even amidst the chaos. This is lunar living. This is soul time. Those who track the moon know, when you move with her, life opens up in ways you can't plan. It unfolds in divine timing. And this week, that unfolding begins now. August is a threshold, a liminal space between what was and what is becoming. The moon, our divine guide through this portal, is initiating us into a new emotional landscape. Think of her as the high priestess of time, unveiling layer after layer of emotional truth. She doesn't shout, she hums. She weaves synchronicity and sensations that speak to the soul, not the mind. And in this first week, she wants you to feel, not fix, to flow, not force. Because those who learn to live by her rhythm are no longer ruled by fear or urgency. They are moved by presence, guided by grace. So as we step into this week's lunar current, ask yourself, am I willing to surrender to something deeper? Am I willing to trust what I feel, even if I can't explain it? Because the moon's language is not one of logic, it's one of knowing. And she's speaking through you now, through the tightness in your chest, the dreams you can't quite shake, the random waves of emotion. She is alive in all of it. Let's walk through the days now, one by one, so you can move in rhythm, not reaction. The month begins with the moon in Gemini, floating in her waning crescent phase, a whisper of light, a flicker of thought, a breath before silence. Emotionally, this is a day of paradox. You may feel talkative and withdrawn at the same time, curious, but also contemplative. The Gemini moon invites us into the realm of duality. Two truths can exist at once. You may feel a pull toward conversations, connections, and creative expression. Yet something deeper inside you is asking for stillness. That's the dance today. Let your mind wander, but don't cling to conclusions. Write your thoughts down like clouds passing through your sky, impermanent, soft, and revealing. This is not a day to solve or strategize. It's a day to observe. In her waning phase, the moon invites release, especially of mental clutter. Let go of the stories you've been repeating to yourself. Let silence be sacred. Let curiosity lead, but don't demand answers. Gemini is the messenger, and today, Spirit may speak to you in subtle synchronicities. A line in a book, a random thought, a phrase in passing. Stay open. This is mental alchemy, and the magic is in your willingness to listen without needing to know. The moon returns home to Cancer on August 2nd, and suddenly, everything feels more tender. The waning crescent continues, a time of quiet unraveling, but now, the emotional undercurrent deepens. This is lunar territory, the moon in her own sign, amplifying intuition, memory, and emotional sensitivity. Today may feel like a reunion with your inner child. Nostalgia may sweep in like a tide, sudden memories, longings, or dreams from another time. Allow them. Cancer energy invites you to nurture, not numb, to hold space for your emotions without rushing them into resolution. If tears come, let them. They are holy. If you feel like cocooning, do it. Wrap yourself in softness, in music, in warm food, in the sound of your own breath. This is not the day to push through, it's the day to return to the womb of self. Check in with your emotional body. What is it asking for? What does it need? Let your home be your temple. Let your body be your altar. Cancer speaks in the language of comfort, but also of healing. So tend to your roots and listen to what they've been whispering. Something old is ready to be released. You don't have to carry it anymore. As the moon slips into Leo on August 3rd, we enter the realm of heartfire. Yet she is still cloaked in her waning veil, the dark moon, the last breath before the new. This is sacred ground, the deep exhale before rebirth, and Leo, the regal lion, invites you to hold your pain with pride and your dreams with devotion. You may feel the tension between wanting to express and needing to rest. This is the paradox of the dark moon in a fire sign. Your soul may want to roar, but your body may whisper, not yet. Honor that. This is a potent day to reflect on your heart's truth. What have you been hiding from yourself? What passion are you denying out of fear of being too much, too loud, too wild? The moon in Leo isn't asking you to dim. She's asking you to feel your worth, even when no one is watching, even when you're healing in the dark. Let this day be a ceremony of inner sovereignty. Light a candle, write a love letter to yourself, dance alone in your living room like the whole universe is cheering you on. The dark moon is fertile space. The seeds you plant in your heart today will bloom louder than words, later than now. Trust that. The new moon rises on August 4th in Leo, and with it, a new cycle begins. This is a soul-level reset, not just for your plans, but for your identity. New moons are portals, and this one is a mirror. Who are you when you're not performing? Who are you when you're not afraid? Leo energy invites courage, creativity, and authentic radiance. But the moon here asks you to reconnect with what's real, not what's expected, not what's safe, what's true. This is a day to set intentions from the heart, not just goals, soul vows. What do you want to live louder? What truth wants to shine through you, regardless of approval? Let the fire of Leo burn away the masks, the doubt, the self-betrayal. You were never meant to be anyone but you, in full color. Write it down, speak it out loud. Anoint yourself with oil, or something that makes you feel royal, even if you're staying home. Today's new moon is a cosmic crown, and the question is, will you claim it? By August 5th, the moon has moved into Virgo and entered her waxing crescent phase, a time of delicate beginnings, of planting roots beneath the surface. The energy shifts from expressive fire to quiet earth. Virgo doesn't shout, she refines, she sorts, she heals. Today you may feel called to organize, to clean, to simplify your space and your mind. But beneath the productivity is a deeper invitation to tend to your wholeness. Virgo energy often pushes us toward perfection, but the moon is reminding you that healing isn't about fixing, it's about feeling what's been left untouched. This is a day to sit with your body, to check in with your rituals, to notice where anxiety is masquerading as control. What are you trying to manage instead of trust? What parts of your day could become sacred if you slowed down? A walk becomes a prayer. Washing the dishes becomes an offering. The waxing crescent whispers, build slowly, you are becoming. Let today be a reminder that sacredness lives in the small things, in breath, in intention, in noticing the quiet ways your soul is asking for more care. The Virgo moon continues her steady rhythm on August 6th, and today's energy feels like a soft but persistent pull inward. The waxing crescent continues to build, and with it, the momentum of your new moon intentions. This is a day to ground those dreams into form. You may feel called to create structure, tend to your body, or recommit to something you've been neglecting. But remember, Virgo energy can turn sacred service into self-criticism if you're not careful. Watch the voice in your head. Is it loving or is it punishing? The moon here wants you to remember that devotion is different from discipline. One flows from love, the other from fear. Today, choose love. If your body feels tired, let rest be your ritual. If your space feels chaotic, tidy with tenderness. The smallest act can become a portal if done with presence. Virgo reminds us that spirit lives in the details, in the meal you prepare with intention, in the to-do lists written with clarity, in the quiet moment when you choose compassion over control. Today is a day to recalibrate, refine, and return to the rituals that anchor your light. On August 7th, the moon glides into Libra, and the emotional energy becomes lighter, more relational, and centered on harmony. Still in her waxing crescent, she is gathering light, and so are you. Libra brings a desire for beauty, balance, and connection. You may find yourself drawn to aesthetics, to meaningful conversation, or to restoring peace where there's been tension. But this is not about avoiding discomfort, it's about creating authentic alignment. The moon in Libra asks, where are you compromising your truth for the sake of peace? Where do you need to speak your heart without fear of disrupting the equilibrium? This is a powerful day to reflect on your relationships, not just romantic ones, but the relationships you have with your own thoughts, patterns, and beliefs. Are they in harmony with who you're becoming, or are they keeping you small? Libra teaches us that real balance is not passive. It is dynamic. It is alive. It requires truth-telling. So seek beauty today. Yes, light a candle. Listen to music, or something that makes you feel graceful. But also, honor the truth that beauty without authenticity is just decoration. Let your inner world be the most beautiful thing you tend to today. As we approach the first quarter moon, the energy begins to build. August 8th is a moment of sacred tension. The moon is still in Libra, seeking balance, but you may feel the stirrings of a choice rising within you. This is the friction point between what you said at the new moon and what you're becoming in response to that intention. Libra's gift is discernment through reflection, but too much reflection can lead to indecision. Don't let your desire to please everyone dilute your truth. The moon here reminds you, inner balance is not about making everything equal. It's about making everything true. This is a day to look at where you've been hesitating. What conversations need to be had? What decisions are waiting for your courage? Let your heart guide your logic. Let grace walk hand in hand with honesty. As the first quarter moon nears, the universe is inviting you to take action, aligned action, rooted in love. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to take the next right step. On August 9th, the moon enters Scorpio just as she becomes the first quarter moon, and the shift is undeniable. The energy deepens, sharpens, intensifies. This is where surface emotions fall away and the real feelings rise. Scorpio moon doesn't ask for politeness. She demands truth. You may feel emotionally raw today, like something hidden inside you is asking to be seen, spoken, or surrendered. Don't fear this. The first quarter is a pivot, a time of growth through challenge, and Scorpio gives you the courage to look inward with ruthless honesty. Are you avoiding something you know needs transformation? Are you clinging to an old version of yourself because it feels safer than the unknown? The moon here doesn't just illuminate, she pierces. Let yourself go there. Journal your shadow. Speak the words you've been afraid to name. This is a day for emotional alchemy, to transmute pain into power, fear into fuel. Scorpio doesn't offer comfort, she offers rebirth. And you are strong, enough to rise. The moon remains in Scorpio on August 10th, but she's shifted into her waxing gibbous phase, building momentum, deepening focus. Yesterday's truth-telling may have cracked something open in you, and today you begin to gather what's needed to transform. Scorpio's influence still lingers, asking you to move with intention, to trust what you've uncovered. You may feel a need to retreat, to cocoon, to protect your energy. Honor that. Transformation doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in the silence, in the solitude, in the spaces where no one is watching but your soul. Today is about integration. What truth are you now willing to live by? What old attachment can you leave behind? Scorpio is the phoenix, and rising always requires release. Burn the old narrative and watch how much lighter your spirit feels. Do something symbolic. Write a goodbye letter and burn it. Take a salt bath and imagine old energy melting off your skin. You're not who you were even 3 days ago. And that's not something to grieve, that's something to celebrate. On August 11th, the moon lifts into Sagittarius, and suddenly, the horizon opens. After the deep, emotional excavation of Scorpio, Sagittarius energy feels like a breath of fresh air, a new perspective, a fire lit in the distance. Emotionally, you may feel more optimistic, more adventurous, more willing to trust the process, but the waxing gibbous moon still asks for refinement, not escape. Don't run from what you felt just days ago. Instead, look at it from a higher perspective. What lesson did your discomfort carry? What wisdom is emerging from your growth? Sagittarius offers spiritual insight, but only if you're willing to turn your healing into truth. This is a powerful day for vision work, to visualize your future self and feel into what freedom actually looks like for you. Not the freedom that society defines, but the freedom your soul craves. Travel if you can. Read something that expands your mind. Say yes to something spontaneous. This is moon magic that moves through wonder. Follow it. Sagittarius energy continues on August 12th, and with it comes a sense of rising, not just in emotion, but in potential. You may feel restless today, like something big is coming, but you're not quite sure what. That's the waxing gibbous, in fire. It builds anticipation. Don't let the discomfort of the unknown trick you into doubt. This isn't anxiety, it's awakening. You're preparing for a full moon in just a few days, and your energy body feels it before your mind understands it. Today, use movement to clear the static. Dance, hike, stretch. Sagittarius needs motion to feel alive. Spiritually, this is a day to check in with your beliefs. Are they still aligned with who you're becoming? The moon here asks you to make space for evolving truth. You are not obligated to remain loyal to a version of yourself that no longer feels real. Let that sink in. Journal about what freedom means to you now, not last year, not last week. Now your truth is expanding. Let it as we stand in the middle of this lunar journey. The spiritual undercurrent of the week becomes undeniable. This isn't just a sequence of moon phases or emotional weather reports. It's a sacred curriculum. A story your soul is telling through every mood swing, dream, and intuitive nudge. The themes that began at the dark moon of identity, emotional sovereignty, and release have now matured into clarity, choice, and alignment. You've moved from inner child to inner truth teller, from reflection to action, from pain to purpose. And now, a new question begins to form. Who are you becoming when you let the moon guide you? This week is peeling back the layers of old conditioning, old timelines, and old expectations. And what's left is something raw, real, and ready to emerge. You are remembering how to move in rhythm, not with society's deadlines, but with cosmic timing. You're not just living your life, you're living your light. One of the deepest spiritual threads woven through this week is the art of emotional truth. The moon is not just showing you how you feel, she's teaching you how to honor those feelings. There's healing available in every phase, but only if you stop bypassing the discomfort and start listening to what it's asking for. The Scorpio moon cracked us open. The Virgo moon asked us to care. The Leo moon dared us to shine, and through it all, the wisdom is clear. Healing doesn't mean fixing, it means feeling what was once denied. You are no longer here to suppress your sensitivity, you are here to let it be your superpower. This week, the moon didn't just illuminate your path, she illuminated your inner landscape. And that inner clarity is the foundation for outer transformation. You're not just changing your life, you're becoming someone who can hold their life with love. This first week of August marks a turning point for many, especially for those on a conscious, spiritual path. The identity you once wore like armor is starting to feel heavy. The version of you that sought approval, perfection, or predictability is dissolving in the lunar light, and in its place, a self that is softer, truer, and more intuitive. You may feel disoriented at times, like you no longer resonate with your old desires, but aren't quite clear on what's next. That's okay, that's liminality. The moon teaches that rebirth doesn't happen in a straight line, it happens in spirals, in cycles. This week, you've been initiated into a new spiral. You've been shown a deeper version of yourself, and though you can't see the full path ahead, you can feel the truth in your bones. The past doesn't fit anymore, and that's your sign. You're not going backward. You're becoming. Collectively, this week has stirred the emotional pot. Many are feeling torn between who they were and who they are becoming. There's a restlessness in the air, a knowing that something needs to shift, but without a clear map. That's not confusion, it's the collective shedding its skin. The moon's journey through Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius has touched every emotional chord. People are grieving timelines that never manifested, releasing old patterns, feeling called to rise in ways they never have before. And though it may feel chaotic on the surface, underneath, something sacred is happening. The collective heart is cracking open, and through those cracks, more light can get in. You are not alone in this process. You are part of a soul wave, a generation learning how to feel deeply and still lead with love. Keep going. By now, you may have noticed that this week hasn't just been emotional, it's been initiatory. The moon has acted as a sacred guide through a soul-level transition. You've been asked to let go of illusions, honor your sensitivity, speak your truth, and align with a new timeline. That's no small task. You may feel tired, emotional, or even disoriented. That's normal after an initiation. Your energy field is recalibrating. Your nervous system is integrating. This is spiritual expansion, not through force, but through frequency. You're not just waking up, you're remembering who you are, why you're here, what you came to feel, heal, and teach. And all of it is unfolding in perfect rhythm, lunar rhythm. You don't need to rush the process. You just need to trust that it's working. The moon never rushes, and neither should you. Let her guide you day by day, phase by phase, breath by breath. This week is not just the beginning of August. It's the beginning of remembering how to live in rhythm with the universe. Every emotion you felt, every insight you received, every dream you recorded, it all matters. You are not behind, you are not lost. You are exactly where you're meant to be, in motion, in mystery, in lunar alignment. Trust that your soul knows the timing. Trust that your emotions are sacred teachers. Trust that the moon will always show you the next step, not all at once, but one glow at a time. You don't need to see the whole path, you just need to follow the light. So here you are, lit from within, in tune, in time. In truth, let the moon lead.